Hello everyone, and welcome to today's video on how you can learn to journal more consistently. I'm also going to be sharing with you a few things that you can try out to hopefully make journaling more of a habit and a part of your life. But first, I want to talk about consistency and what that actually means, because it may not be exactly what you think it is, and it could be the reason why you keep failing every time you try to make journaling a habit. Now, you may be thinking that journaling consistently means you journal every day or even several times a week, but that's not always the case. I have journaled since I was about 12 years old, and since then, it has been a consistent part of my life. Now, have I journaled every single day or even several times a week since I was 12? Absolutely not. That is definitely not the case. Now, there have been times throughout the years where I have written every day in my journal, and there have been times where I went several months and I did not write a thing simply because I didn't feel like it, or maybe I didn't have anything to say, or I didn't feel like expressing myself through words. But no matter how much or how often I write, journaling has always remained a consistent part of my life. Now, with all that being said, I want to challenge you to not put so much focus on how much or how often you're writing, but start paying attention to how you're actually feeling throughout the day, how certain things that happen to you affect or don't affect you. And this includes the good things and the bad things. And from there, you can start to identify the two very important factors in building a meaningful, sustainable, and long-term journaling practice. So one is going to be your want to write. So this is when you just write because you want to. You may write every day. You may not write every day. You just want to write. You want to express yourself. Maybe you're overjoyed about something and you just want to write about it. Maybe you've been thinking a lot and you just want to document your thoughts, or maybe you're going through something and you just want to express yourself on paper. And two is going to be your need to write. This is going to be when maybe you have a lot going on in your head and you absolutely just need to get things out on paper, because maybe you have like what I like to call those circling thoughts, where you just keep thinking about the same thing over and over again and you're just worried and full of anxiety. So maybe you just need to express yourself and get things off of your mind. Or maybe you just need to sort through a circumstance that you're going through. Maybe you just need to kind of write things out and figure out some things. So this would be your need to write. This is a need that you feel that writing is going to actually help you be beneficial in a situation or circumstance. So building a journaling practice based off of these two factors can not only help you make journaling a consistent part of your life, but it can also make journaling a meaningful, productive, and beneficial part of your life. Because I guarantee you that a person who writes 5 to 10 times a year out of a want or a need will have a way more meaningful journaling practice than someone who writes every day just for the sake of saying they're consistent and they write every day. Now, that's not to say that journaling every day or writing every day is bad. I certainly have done it throughout the years at some point. But when we start thinking about long-term results, it's kind of unrealistic to believe that you're going to write every single day for the next 20 years. Now, I'm pretty sure there are some people out there who can do that and find benefit in it, but there are a lot of us who don't. I don't necessarily find it beneficial for me to journal every single day just because I want to be consistent or just to say I do it every day. For me, journaling is a lifestyle. So I put my focus on my want to write. So I write whenever I feel like it. I write whenever I want to. And my need to write, meaning whenever I feel overwhelmed or I feel like I need to sort through some things or get some things out of my head on paper. These are the main focuses that I try to identify when I need or want to write. Now, there are times where I'll sit down in my journal and I'll just write and doodle and all kind of stuff in it just because, but for the most part, my journaling practice is really about putting focus on those two important factors. Okay, so a few tips that's gonna help you dive into helping you build a meaningful and long-term journaling practice. So number one is be intentional. And this is something that I still do to this day. Even though I've been journaling since I was 12 years old, I am always very intentional. And with this, that just means don't put your journal in a drawer somewhere to be forgotten. Don't stick it under your bed or under your mattress and never think about it. You want to make sure your journal is somewhere where you're going to see it daily. Now, I know a lot of people are afraid that somebody may find and read their journal, so it doesn't have to be sitting out in the open, but put it somewhere where you're going to see it often, where you're going to actually know that it's there and it exists. You don't want to forget about it. So find a spot that you can keep, a private spot if you're worried about that, and make sure you are seeing it on a daily basis. Number 2 is associate journaling with a specific part of your day. So try to identify a time of day that's best for you to journal. So let's say, I don't know, you get off work at 5 and you cook dinner, you make dinner. Maybe you have a family, you get everybody kind of settled down. So maybe we'll say at 7:30, between 7:30 and 8, you're kind of free, you've, taken your shower, you've gotten ready for bed, and you just kind of have a free 30 minutes to do whatever you want. That can be your time for journaling. Now, you don't have to journal during that particular time, but if the want or need arises to journal, you have a specific time of your day that's ideal for journaling. Number 3 is going to be do a journaling challenge. Now, with a journaling challenge, it does or usually requires you to write consistently on a daily basis. However, it's only for a specific amount of time, usually 7 days, 14 days, or 30 days, or something like this. But I think journaling challenges are really good to help you build the habit of actually writing in your journal. Not only that, a journaling challenge can help you find how you like to write and how you like to structure your journal entries. So I really think they're a really good idea, especially if you're just starting out and you kind of want to figure out the ropes. You want to figure out how you like to write, how you like to express yourself. Doing a challenge and writing every day for a specific amount of time can really help you achieve that. And last but not least, is just start slow. Identify how journaling fits into your lifestyle. Start to find and look and see how often you can realistically journal. Journaling is not a race to do more. It is an activity that should really enrich in your life in some way. Make sure you're setting realistic expectations and don't make journaling an inconvenience for you, because if you do, you're not going to be consistent and you're definitely not going to build a meaningful journaling habit. So make it as simple as possible, at least when you're first starting out, and actually see how you want your journaling practice to form and how you want to create it, because it may be different. I mean, it actually is different for everyone. Like I said, there are some people who find joy and benefit in writing every day, and then writing every day is just not realistic for some people. So find how you like to write, find your realistic way of writing, how often, how much. Identify your want and your needs, and I think you will be able to build a very meaningful and beneficial journaling practice. So, question of the day: how often do you journal, and do you find benefit in journaling when you actually do, whether you do it every day, several times a week, or even just a couple times a month? So hopefully you found this helpful in guiding you in not only being consistent with your journaling, but also building a meaningful journaling habit and making it a consistent part of your lifestyle, no matter how much you write, because remember, your journaling practice should really enrich in your life in some way.